Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I'd like to welcome you back to Throwback Friday number 44. Right, so for any new crazies that don't know what this set of videos are, the Throwback series is my way of cheekily showing you some of my really old videos. And what I do is I will cut into them and take out the bits that are really of no interest anymore, and then I'll discuss sections of it as we go along. I will put in details and tell you where I went wrong in that video. Basically, it's quite a good little giggle most of the time. So the first video we have up today is a whips, bits and chat. Now this is number 42, so it was from the beginning of this year. Right, so let's go and have a watch. Right, so what have I been up to this week? Not a great deal, to be honest. I've had a pretty chilled out week where I've just vegetated out on the sofa, done a small amount of crocheting, because I've actually had 2 orders come in this week. One was for this really cute little bat. Now I got to show him off, didn't I, during my live, but of course with black and lighting and stuff like that, sometimes it is a bit of a pain in the tush for you guys to actually see him properly. Now, and before I handed him over, I did take some pictures, but it is not as good as the photograph that the lady took herself, so I'm going to show you that one now. Right, so here as promised during my live, here is the information for the bat now. Right, so the video is how to crochet a bat, beginner friendly video, and it is by Sharon Ojala. The name's here. It is written in American terms, really lovely, really easy to follow along, and it really is beginner friendly. I think the worst part of me creating it was the wings, and that was because I was working in black and couldn't see the stitches I needed to work into. Right, so you make a chain, you work into the chain for the main shape of it, and then when you get to the end you flip it around and you work in the top part of the top part of the chain that you haven't worked previously, and that is a bit that I had problems finding. But other than that, it was only because it was in black. Other than that, the video is absolutely beautiful and really easy to understand and work along. So give it a go if you've got any bat crazy mates. And last but not least, I am working on the elephant. Soft-bodied. It's a soft-bodied elephant. It starts its life like this. That's the body. And then I'm going to be adding in my feet and my hands at the end, and I have used a head from a different pattern, so I'm going to have to see if I can search out the pattern for this. This was an actual full-size amigurumi elephant, absolutely gorgeous little elephant and gorgeous pattern as well, but I just took the head from him and I gave him a neck so that I had something to sew on too. And there is the head. It's a little bit wonky on the nose, but it will get there. And he is going to be attached soon. He will be put together, and hopefully I'll be able to show you him off next week. Now he is a little pyjama case, so rather than sealing the front and the back, I tweaked the back to create a safe opening so that the little one who gets it will be able to put their secrets in there or their pyjamas. Okay, so the elephant did get finished and it got sent off, so I'm going to show you a photograph now of what he looked like when he was posing. Now the extra modifications I of course added was that cheeky yellow hat and his ruffle around his neck. Now my first attempt at the ruffle didn't quite work out as to plan, because what I did was I made it up around an hair elastic, so that meant it could be removed when it came to washing him, and so it didn't work. It just didn't look right, but I didn't throw it away. I stuck it in the parcel for his big sister to use on her hair, and then started again and made another ruffle, and the second ruffle came out how I wanted it to. So all of that went in the box and went off to the new owner, who absolutely and utterly adores it, but mum can't get a photograph of the elephant without the baby. So sorry gang, I can't show you that one because by all accounts he carries him around by his nose or legs or arms, and it's holding up quite well to play, which is really good. Right, the next item I made was a hat and scarf set. Now I realised after last Friday's a throwback Friday basically, that I hadn't touched my Centro that I was so excited to get. I hadn't actually touched it for nearly a year, hadn't used it for a year, so it came back off the side, the top of the wardrobe, and I stuck it on a little table downstairs and started cracking out a hat and a scarf. Now what I've actually used for this hat and scarf is this one, the Hayfield's Illusion double knitting. Now I have been mucking around with this for about 3 weeks, or at least since our Aragorumi Ninja sent it to me, because I really loved how it looked in the ball, and I knew it would make a stunning item. I just couldn't get to grips with it. I tried lots of different stitch combinations, and it's such a busy yarn that for me I couldn't really see any stitch definition in it. So I decided, right, pop it through the Centro, see how it comes up, so that I can tell you whether it's a yay or a nay for me with the Centro. And so I've popped it on the Centro. I haven't done a video, but what I would suggest is that if you do choose to use it on the Centro, you put it through the tension, you put the yarn through the tension section of it at the widest point. So as if you were working with a nice thick yarn, because with this yarn it has the secondary colour spun around it, and it seems to be a little bit looser than the main yarn. So because of this, sometimes there is some bunching up if the yarn is pulled tight. But other than that, I think it worked up really lovely. So let's give you the information on the yarn. It is Illusions double knit by Hayfield. You get 100 grams per ball. Now I used both of the balls that Aragorumi Ninja sent me, so that was 200 grams to make this item. And this is a shade 0302. Okay, so it's shades of purple. Alright, so I'm going to put the hat on. I was tempted to put some extra stuff on it, like a bobble and maybe a border, not a border but the rib. But I'm still undecided if I do and what yarn to use. So let's take these off for a second, otherwise I'll only knock them off, won't I? Right. And so this was the hat as it stands. Oh cripes. Okay, and that's folded up. Of course I've still done it too long because my Centro doesn't have a count facility on it, so I just cranked it up. Right, so this one is a 2-layer, so basically I made a nice long tube, and when I hoped it was long enough, that's when I took it off the machine. And I folded it in on itself and all attached quite nicely at the top here. So I've left a tiny little hole so I can get some elastic through there to pop a button on the inside if I want to hold on a pom-pom. So at least I've thought ahead that way, haven't I? But as I said, this is it, just flat, straight flat out, so it's a bit of a slouchy going on there. And if I did add another section to it, it would pull it back to about here, so it would give it a decent slouchy then. Okay, so as I said, I'm not 100% sure on that as yet. There won't be a pattern for it because it is just such a basic pattern. There is, you can, if you've got a Centro, you can let the kids knock these ones out. Right, now the next one up was the scarf, because I had about 50, I'm guessing here, I am really guessing, because I had about 50 grams left of the first ball, I stuck that in the Centro and I whipped out a nice long tube, and then well, not nice long, but it got there, it was getting there, and then I ran out of yarn, so I added the second ball on. Right, so this is what I've come out with. Now this is solely for me, so I don't mind that it's a bit rough looking in part. But what I've done is I have made up the tube, I have seamed the ends so that they're closed, and then I've folded them back on themselves and then gone round the outside. and that's created me a little pocket. And I'm gonna have to jump back a bit, and I hope this dress that I'm wearing doesn't play up too much with the colouring on it. Right, so let's tuck that back. Right, so oh dear, where are we going? To about there. Okay, so there we go. So for me, that is quite nice and long to there, and it gives me a lot of wiggle room as I'm wandering along. Now at the moment, of course, we have had snow in the UK over the last couple of weeks again, so I did actually wear it out in the snow, but this time around I didn't wear it just as a dangly like I just showed you. I actually just pulled this section up, spun it around my neck a few times, strangled myself at the same time, and then I tucked the first pocket into the second pocket, and it meant it didn't go anywhere. So it was really, I really liked it. Really easy way to wear it actually. There we go. And crikey, did it keep my neck warm. I'm actually going to have to take this off now because my neck's already heating up. Right, so that was the item that I made, the items I should say, that I knocked out on the Century this week. It's not going to be a every week type of thing. It was just, I couldn't find anything else that I thought that it worked well with the yarn. And I was having a bit of a moment with my crochet this week. I do still have that hat and scarf that will be coming out in a couple of weeks because the weatherman's threatening snow. So it will get used, it will be going on me, and I'll be using it while I'm out walking Liam. On to the next bit. Now actually this is an extension to the poppies really. I'm starting to run out of red. I'm not asking you for it, please don't offer to send it or anything like that, because I actually like to search and I like to try and find it for the best possible deal. So of course, as some of you know, you would have seen previous video where I was comparing reds from different brands to try and find the perfect red or the perfect match for the Aldi red that I've been using, because Aldi haven't brought it back and it's been 2 years. It's daft, it's a staple at Christmas, Aldi. Get a grip. Bring it back. Right, but anyway, I've been on the search again this week, and I'd actually joined a Facebook group for the UK that basically people will pop on the yarn that they have spare and that they're selling and things like that. So I've not actually ventured that far into Facebook and purchasing online because I knew it was going to be dangerous to do it, but I did it. And I stuck a post up and I said I'm looking for yarn and I can get it for this much at the moment. Can anyone beat the price? And I have had one lovely lady pop through and say I can get you red for this price. So I have put an order in, and when it comes in I'm going to be able to tell you all about it. But remember, it may be slightly boring, that package, because it's mainly red and black. There is a little bit of extra yarn in there, and there's an extra couple of bits in there, but and that one's going to be a little bit boring on the amount that's coming. Well, boring as far as there's only 3 or 4 different colours, but the amount of yarn that's coming out, oh crikey, what am I doing to myself? I've got to try and find room for it, but I will manage it, and I'll be working it out pretty quick anyway when I... Right, so let's move on to the next item. That unboxing I'm going to add to the second part of this video, so that'll be the next video along, so keep your eyes out. Right, so what have I got for you today? Well, it's quite simple. I've got Happy Mail. Now this is a Happy Mail that I was speaking about, I believe, on my last live or on Whips and Bits at the weekend. I can't quite remember. This week's gone a bit fuzzy for me. Right, so this order, oh brain. Right, so this package is from a really new company to me, and she's quite new herself. Now this is a package that I ordered from a Secret Yarn Stash. Shh, it's a secret. Now I have had a nose through their site and I am absolutely loving their prices. Now, as my old subscribers will know, whereas my newbies may not, I like to search out deals. I like to find deals. I like to find products that are cheaper. For example, like buying the same product but cheaper than what we would pay if we went to, say, Derrimores or Wool Warehouse. Why pay more for the same ball of yarn? The more we can save, the more we can buy. Pippi, go away. Right, so how did I find the company? I actually joined a Facebook group, which I wasn't planning to really do. I was trying to stay away from Facebook squishy groups because, of course, once you see the squishy, you just have to buy it. And that's really dangerous for me because, as you can see, well, no, you can't because it's hiding. I like my yarn, and I have become a bit of a yarn hoarder. But all of the stuff that I have bought, you guys have seen, and that is my entire yarn journey I've shown you. So I am getting through it slowly. Oh, I thought I was a yarn hoarder back then. Yes, there is still yarn hidden under here, and yarn over there, and yarn under the table now. So yes, you have also had the opportunity to see every bit of yarn that has come into this house, although the husband hasn't. Well, I came across the secret yarn stash on this group by adding on a message saying, right, I can get 100 grams of red and black for this price. Can anybody match it? Because I thought, well, I go for the bigger companies normally for this for the red and the black, and it's like £1.55 at the moment I can get it for. But if I can find a local group, a local shop that's able to do it for less, and it helped me by me saying, hi, I've found this group to you guys, and you guys maybe might want to pop over and have a nose, and you buy some stuff from a local, then it's brilliant because it's a small business and it will help the small business out as well as helping us out because the prices are good. And I still believe that now. The only difference is that now I will compare yarns and tell you which ones look identical to something else and how much cheaper you get it for in what store. Right, so the yarn is Signet Pato Everyday DK. There we go, it's got a cute little duck on the side there. But that is the yarn, and it is 100 grams of acrylic yarn. Machine washable at 40 or hand wash at 40. Okay. And of course you've got the normal do not bleach, blah 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 blah, and do not iron. So you can't tumble dry it, you can't iron it. Alright, and ideally lay flat to dry, and it's on a 4mm hook. Now this colourway is a 975 black. There we go. So I have got 5 of those. So, oh, sorry about the rustling, gang. So that's 5 of them ones. And then, of course, I use a lot more red, don't I? So I also ordered a pack of 10. Okay. And another 5 just for luck. So what she's managed to do is she has popped the 5 black and the 5 red into the one bag, which is really cool because she knows it's going to be sitting on the side for a little while as I'm working my way through it. So that's brilliant because then that keeps the dust at bay, doesn't it? Right. Now I could have ordered more of the red because she had a total of 20 in stock at the time, but as I said to her, I wasn't going to be working through it as quickly as I could, or should I say it was going to take me some time to get through it. I left 5 on the shelf for somebody else, so there will be another black and red order going on. It's gonna have to go in later on in the year because each ball of red normally makes me around 60 to 69 poppies, it depends. So I'm going to be taking one of the red and one of the black downstairs later and starting a completely fresh new poppy count box so that I can see how many I can get out of each ball of wool. Right, so the prices for each of these is a £1.20 per ball, which to be honest is a 35p cheaper than what I was going to be paying, so as far as I'm concerned that's a pretty good deal. Right, so yes, I could have bought this yarn from Derrimores for £1.29 a ball, but of course as I got it for the £1.20 and I bought 20 of them, I actually saved myself a total of £1.80. So that is another, what, ball and a half of yarn that I got for nothing just by shopping elsewhere. Right, so next up, it's what's in the parcel. Now again, she's wrapped this up beautifully for me, and I've got my cute little sticker there. So I'm going to be naughty. I'm just going to rip straight into it, because of course I know what it is. Right, so the next one up is the Signet Boho Chunky. Here we go, here's one of the colourways. They're both the same colourway, or were they? Yeah, both the same colourway, they're just spun on the ball slightly different, which is why they look completely different. So it did throw me a little bit. Right, so again, these are 100 grams of premium acrylic, machine wash at 40, hand wash at 40, do not tumble dry, do not iron. And the colourway for these ones are Zeal, and it is shade 2338. Okay, and now on a Wool Warehouse, and was it Wool Warehouse I've done my comparison? No, it was Derrimores, and Derrimores I found it on there for £3. Now the Secret Yarn Stash, they have got it in for £2.99. So okay, it's a saving of a penny, but a saving's a saving. It'll add up over time, because we know we're going to end up buying more of it, or at least I do, if I like it. Right, so I just pop them there with the rest. Hopefully it will show you the colours quite nicely on there. Sorry, I just sneak some lunch. Right, and the last package up is the Bits and Pieces package. And now I call it the Bits and Pieces package because it's not yarn, but it's still yarn related. Okay, I saw these bits and I was like, right, oh whoa, sweet. Right, okay, I will explain that in a second. Right, I needed some more darning needles, and I saw that she had the John James Pebble and Knitters set on there, and they come in a really cute little holdy box, which means that it's safer to use them around the cat and the dog, because they like, well, the cat likes knocking stuff off and the dog likes burying it, doesn't he? Now these are coming in at only £1.60 for the pack of 3, and with their little carry case as well. I think that is ever so cute. I'll get that out of the packet later and have a good old nose. And the reason I said sweet was because look, she sent me a little pack of love hearts. There's 2 packs. I love hearts. Now there is a link in the description box of this video that will take you through to the Secret Yarn Stash. She's got absolutely brilliant prices, as you guys all know. I rave about her quite a lot nowadays. Her prices still haven't changed, although they may be going up in January. So if there is yarn on there that you like and you want to get your hands on it, do it now. Help a girl out, help her clear her shelves so she can get some new stuff in. The link down the bottom, of course, is an affiliated link, because she really did help me out this year with the red and the black for the poppies. She covered the rest of it by giving me that affiliated link. So thank you ever so much, darling, and thank you to everybody that purchased through the link. Remember, you can still purchase through the link. It doesn't cost you anything to do. All it does is help you get to her website quicker. Now, if you are in America or any other country, please contact her first before trying to put an order in, and she will give you the best possible price she can for postage. But please remember, that is out of her control. She will just do what she can and get it for what she can. She'll advise you, and then it's up to you if you want the package or not. And the same, of course, if you're either in Ireland or Northern Ireland, because of course we both know that the prices there have gone through the roof as well. But other than that, she has got some absolutely stunning yarn, and that is the top 3 cubes behind me. Right, that is it for me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope to see you all really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.